Hey, how's it going out there today, everybody? Hope everybody's having a great day. We're going to do a little weekly recap video, but first I'd like to ask you if you could hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Think about it. Do a lot of live videos. I appreciate everybody that's coming into all my live feeds. I do appreciate that. It's fun hanging out with everybody on live. I do weekly recap videos every week, even on weeks like this where it's not going to be great numbers. I do it anyway. You know, it's not to prove how awesome I am or how stupid I am. It's just to show you what I did for the week, number-wise, and give you a little insight into, you know, what's going on in the owner-operator world. Maybe something to compare your numbers to if you're already an owner-operator. Maybe something to, you know, help you make a business plan if you're becoming an owner-operator. So if you could think about, you know, sharing this out to someone if you think they could get some use out of it. Like I said, really short week because I was at home. Like when I say short week, I mean work-wise short week. Every week is the same in my world. It's always 7 days. That's how it works. But before we get into that, I want to remind everybody there is a promo code in the description for the Mud Flap app. Check that out. That is a fuel-saving app. It works really simple. You download it. You connect it to a debit or a credit card. They don't even send you a card or anything. You use your own card to pay for it. Huge discounts on there. It's a cost plus app as far as fuel pricing goes. I'm on a load right now. I'm picking up in Chicago going down to North Carolina. I have a discount card and it gets me 19 cents off at Love's TA Petro. The cheapest I can do fuel with discount is or minus my discount and my IFTA is $1.77 in Indiana at Love's in Indiana. The Mud Flap app after IFTA in Indiana has an AmBest where I can get fuel for $1.68 a gallon. That is a savings of 11 cents a gallon. That is nothing to sneeze at. I'm going to have to buy between about 170 and 180 on the gallons. So to fill it up. So that's going to save me about $19 right there in one fill up. $19. On average, I've been getting about 1 tank of fuel through Mud Flap a week. I'm saving anywhere from, this is kind of a lower end one, like 19 is kind of the low end. Last week I saved like $50 on one fill up in Illinois. So keep that in mind. It's a great little app. It's very easy to use. You just go on the app, you look and see which fuel stop has got the best prices for you. They even got a thing where you can do a longer route. You just type in, you know, you just put in where you're at, like it does current location to a destination, and it'll show you all the stops along the route. And man, they are throwing some discounts. You don't have to sign up anything other than put your debit card or credit card in, throw them an email, you're signed up. There is no registration fees. There's no fees at all with it. That's what I like, because you can get Nastic, and Nastic's got some good prices, don't get me wrong, but then it's like, you know, $250 a year for a membership, and then a like weekly membership fee on top of that. So check that out, guys. I think that's a very good thing. Another thing I would recommend, when I had my steer tires put on about a month ago, I had them nitrogen filled. I believe that's what it is, nitrogen. Ain't that what they put in the tires? Anyway, I had them filled with the gas, and I think that's worth the money, honestly. It's probably not going to save you a lot in fuel cost because, you know, if you keep check on your tires, it's not that big a deal. But every time I've checked these tires, since I had them put on, and I had the little caps put on there, you know, that tell you where they stay green if it's at 100, and if it goes below 100, the little cap turns red. I like those as well. That way I don't have to keep checking that nitrogen fill, because I don't want to stick it and be letting a little bit of nitrogen out every time. So it's definitely worth it, I think, because the few times I have checked it, it is steady as a rock. I'll probably have my new drive tires done that way when I have them put on, but that's definitely worth looking into. Now let's get to the numbers. I did one load this week. One load. I sat at the house all week. I had a few things done on the truck, maintenance-wise, while I was at home. Wanted to get more done, but just couldn't get it into the shop. So if you've got a young adult in your life that needs a career path, maybe put them on to being a diesel mechanic, because it pays pretty good, you know. And boy, do they need them out there. The Detroit shop I called in Minnesota, the one I like having do the work on my engine and, stuff like that, is behind 10 days on service work right now. Now, I'm sure if you came in there, if you got towed in there, and was in a rush on, having a turbo replaced or something, you probably wouldn't wait the full 10 days. But on service work, to work you in, they're about 10 days behind. So maybe tell a young person to become a diesel mechanic. There's a career there. Could not get the overhead done. I wanted to get an overhead done on it. I just hit 500,000 miles. That is the service interval for an overhead. I did get the diffs changed out, full synthetic. I'm sure it comes full synthetic. I didn't even look. Anytime I'm switching something like that out, I go full synthetic. That's about every 250,000 mile interval. So we got that done. I'm doing oil change, in about 4,000 to 5,000 miles. I did not want to jump ahead on the oil change. It's so simple to get that done on the road. I'll just get that done on the road. Because I'm on 20. I do 20,000 mile intervals on the oil change. I have a DD15. It's a 2016. If you do the right filters and the right oil, they say you can go 50,000 miles on that with, if you pull an oil sample I think like at 25 or 30,000 miles, you're supposed to be able to go to 50 on that. I idle this truck because I don't have an APU. And so I don't push mine to 50. I just get it done at, between 20 and 25 is when I get mine done. I put semi-synthetic in there, and that's what's recommended for the truck. So I thought there was no reason to jump ahead and spend that money. But sat at the house Saturday, got home Saturday morning. I could have been there Friday. I would have been about an hour shy of getting there Friday night, which ticked me off because it was not an exempt load. And I hate the fact they ought to have an exemption for truckers. If you're within an hour of your house and you're going to do a 34-hour restart when you get there, they ought to let you drive like an extra hour or two. It is so frustrating sitting 1 hour from the house, sleeping 1 hour from the house. And if you have somebody come get you, they got to drive an hour to get you, and then you got to drive an hour back to the house. Then the next morning or whenever you come back to get the truck, they got to drive an hour back to the truck and then an hour back to it was 4 hours of driving for them just to come get you and, take you back. So, I don't know. It's frustrating to me. I did not have an exempt load. I had a load of truck parts, so I could not run that exempt. And I'm sure, some people would have said, screw it, they're going, but, I don't chance stuff like that, so I had to set out on the road. Was not happy about it. But anyway, I was home Saturday morning, took Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday off. Started about midday on Thursday. So I got me a full 5 days off, basically. I enjoyed every minute of it. I run hard, so I get through the house a lot, so I'm not like one of these guys that's just out on the road endlessly. But I like about every quarter, I take a chunk like that off, like a week or, 5, 6, 7, 8 days off. It just like resets the mind. Anyway, did that. Picked up a load in Minnesota Thursday, out in rural Minnesota, picked up a load, 42,000 pounds, 34 degrees, 101 empty miles on that from where I dropped to where I picked up. 101 empty miles. Now, the house was in between that, so, I just emptied, went to the house, and then had about a 75, 85 mile ride to get this next load. But total from drop to pick was about 100. So I put it down as 101 empty. I think that's what it was, 101. 415 loaded on this. 516 total miles. That is 19.5% deadhead. That is a lot of deadhead. And with only one load for the week, there's no averaging that out. So it is what it is. It was heavy, but it all worked out okay. So loaded miles, that's 289 a mile loaded. That's pretty good. I can dig that. 232 to the truck. That's all miles to the truck. Or excuse me, to the carrier. God, I've been messing up on that a lot. To the carrier, 232 to the carrier, all miles, including the deadhead. That's $1.86 to the truck, all miles. Let's talk some expenses. $1,200 what the load paid. That's $960 to the truck. I spent $24 on reefer fuel. I spent $20 on tolls, and I probably would have went around that toll if I'd have known that toll was going to be $20. But I paid it anyway. Didn't put any fuel. Didn't put any def because I bought fuel before I took that load up to the house. So didn't need any fuel. I am going to need fuel on this next load though. So, this was kind of one of those little, it didn't make a lot. So why spend anything on it if I already got the fuel? I didn't pass any fuel stops that were awesome, or I would have stopped and just went ahead and filled it up. But that is what it is. And so minus the reefer and the tolls, that leaves me $916 to do what I got to do for the week. It takes care of truck payment, maintenance, insurance. It takes care of a few little things like that. I pay myself a salary every week. Out of my business account, I just pay myself a salary every week. So whether it's up or it's down, I get the same amount every week. So that's the way I did this week. Money just has to come out of the business account to pay me this week because there's not enough there to pay my salary. But it is kind of a break even on the business part of it. So I was glad to get that done. But that was the week, guys. One load, 516 miles this week. That's how you do it sometimes. You got to take some time off and enjoy yourself. But that's it, guys. I'm going to hop off here. I appreciate everybody watching. Thanks for coming in. Take care of each other out there. Until next time.